Hello and good evening, everyone. So, today is very special because we are not just being connected all across India, but all across UAE. Because the guest for today is none other than Muneer Al-Busaidi, who is in Abu Dhabi, and he is completely an expert on master of persuasion and communication in totality. And we would be discussing on unconscious communication secrets. And by the word secret, I really mean that he has some expertise which will truly unlock the mysteries of communication today. Something to tell about Muneer. Muneer has been into this industry for so many years, and he is also an author. And when I met him, it was a coincidence, you can say, wherein he was, was talking, and I was so much fascinated the way he craft his speech. So, without further ado, I am honored to have Muneer go live with me. And over to you, Muneer, today for your opening speech, opening remarks.
Hi, Kriti. Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be with you guys today, and so excited to be sharing some of these secrets of unconscious communication. It's something I'm very passionate about, and essentially, I love to help people to confidently connect, converse, communicate, or convert, whether it's online or offline, even if you are very shy. So this is my passion, this is my dream, and I'm very honored to be here. And thank you for having me on your show.
It would be great to know more about you, Munir, and to straight dive into the topic, which is unconscious communication secrets. So, by the name unconscious, I will, share. I would like to know that part later. First and foremost, I would like to know how did you land up in this industry, and
Ah.
which you always wanted to be here, or how is it happened?
So no, I kind of fell into it by accident, and I suppose a lot of people, you go through challenges in life, and it's our ability to kind of get through these challenges that really define us as people. And so how I got into this was not because I chose to as such. it was because I went through a lot of painful experiences that made me want to say, okay, I have to master this. The first thing is, when I was growing up, like I was a very shy, awkward, and bullied kid. Okay, I was bullied by the guys. I was made fun of by the girls. Even the cat used to sit on me. Like I was the bottom rung of persuasion. And but I decided that at a point very early on that I didn't want to be that way, and I discovered that it was actually very possible to change your whole circumstances. You're like, initially in my mind I was like, oh, you're born charismatic, or you're born funny, or you're born this. But then I learned of so many people that weren't born that way, and they just learned how to do it. And I was like, oh my God, you can learn these things. And so I decided, okay, let me figure this out. And luckily, when you're a geek and there's not much internet when I was growing up, I know I look like I'm 18, but I'm not. Uh, there wasn't much internet around when I was growing up. So, I picked up a few books. I started researching and started developing myself from a very early age.
All right.
And slowly but surely, I started to really understand what it takes to create charm, to create charisma, etc. How to be confident, and how to make more friends, etc. But one event in particular was the catapult for me, focusing on something called unconscious communication. And again, it was a tough one. It was a tough one. Uh, shall I tell it to you real quick?
Sure, definitely. Why not?
All right, cool. So, if you'd been with me in the Gulf Air training headquarters in Bahrain, I'd been in Bahrain, which is a country in the Gulf, for about 2 years.
Yes, I know.
And I joined, and I joined this company called Gulf Air. It's an airline. At the time, it started to expand. It's one of the first airlines in the whole of the Middle East. It was the first, the original. And
All right.
they were going through a bit of a restructure. They started hiring a bunch of trainees, etc. And I came, and so I was sitting in this training room one day, and our manager, a guy by the name of Fauzi, is a really warm-hearted gentleman. He ran into the room, and he said, "Trainees, listen, I have some amazing news for you. You have just nearly completed your 2 years of training. You've worked in every department in the company. And guess what? The CEO is going to give you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You are going to be able to present to him what department that you want to work in. Basically, you get to choose what your career path is like." Now, Kriti, let me ask you something. Do
Yes,
many
please.
people get to choose their career paths?
I don't think so.
No, not exactly, right? Like,
Yeah.
so for me, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm super excited. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. And just to give you a background, you've heard of Formula One, right, Kriti? Formula
Yes,
One?
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, great.
Yes.
And so in the Middle East, I know they have the Formula One in Abu Dhabi, etc. But at that point in time, I know I look like I'm 18, but this is when, like, the first couple of years that Formula One came to the Middle East. So it was a big deal, right? And so Gulf Air was the main sponsor, and so they were throwing events at all these different countries. And Formula One, attracts a lot of celebrities, etc. So they were throwing these amazingly flashy events. Now, back in those days, I was young, single, and ready to mingle, so I wanted to party a lot, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is my version of a dream job. Okay, back in the day, I
Yeah.
was I wanted to travel the world throwing
Yeah.
all these events for Gulf Air. All right, like I want that, like that would have been amazing for me. I was like, that's my dream job. That's what I really want to do. I want to do that. I want to do that. So, but the challenge was I had a lot of self-esteem issues. Okay, do you know anybody that has self-esteem issues?
There would be many people, I am
Right.
sure.
Exactly. A lot of
Yeah.
people have self-esteem issues. I mean, I grew up a
Some
bit,
people have low self-esteem, some people have high self-esteem, and it just
yeah,
varies.
yes,
Yeah.
completely. So I was like, I had a lot of self-esteem issues, and I was not very good at presenting. Like, I didn't know how to present like to groups or anything. So I was like, okay, um but I was competitive, so I said, you know what, I really want this job. I'm gonna do my best. So I called up some friends that used to work in marketing. They're like graphic designers, and I said, listen guys, you really need to help. This is to the CEO. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. If I get this, I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to meet all the celebrities. I'm going to party. I'm going to this, that. I was like, and they're like, no worries, Muneer, we'll help you. We'll help you design the ultimate brochure. Sorry, the ultimate slides. And instead of giving normal paper handouts like everybody does, we'll give you brochures, so then you get to stand out. I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. Then I went to my other friend who's a copywriter,
Yeah.
and I said, listen, help me. I need to convince these guys. Like, help me write like this amazing argument. And they were like, okay. So they helped me write a script that would help me to say all the right things.
Yeah.
And then uh and then hold on. Okay, so she gave me a script to say all the right things, and then the day came. I went up to this. I went into the boardroom, and it came my turn to speak. I went up. I was like,
Yep.
okay, here's the brochures, and everyone was impressed. The CEO was like, oh, very cool, very cool. And then it came my turn to speak, and I
All
swear
right.
to you,
I hope
this is
so
what
you
happened.
loved it. All right.
Uh, um, 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 Hi, hello everyone. My name is Muneer. My throat went dry. My stomach started to churn. My palms became sweaty, and I wavered. And the smile that all these CEOs, the CEO, the vice president, they had just went. And they
Something
said,
is wrong.
yeah, something is wrong. And long story short, I had the opportunity of a lifetime. And let me tell you one thing. I read my paper, so I said all the right things. But at the end of it, the CEO turned around. He hadn't heard a word I said because I was so boring. He hadn't heard a word I said, and he just sort of turned around and he just went, "Oh, Munir, you finished talking." And he looked at my brochure and he said, "Oh, you know what? This is good. You know what? Go to marketing." Just like that, in 1 second, the trajectory of my life changed because of a bad communication. And so this is why I'm so passionate about it, because so many people think that it's about the words that you say. I said all the right words, by the way, but I got all the wrong results. Does that make
Got
sense?
it. Very much. Very,
Yeah.
very effective and impactful story. So, people out there who are listening and watching this, understand that it is not about copying someone's abilities or someone's talent on a piece of paper and just reading it out, but you need to be talented by yourself. And the secret lies in communication. When you are even reading a very wonderful book who has all the secrets, however, you don't have communication abilities to clearly set out to the universe, to your friends or family members, you will not be effective. So, Munir, that was really, really powerful. Thank you for sharing that. Next, moving on to the next question, I would like to know that what is your view on the unconscious part, and how in our daily life we can inculcate these. So, can you share like 5 quick steps for all the people?
Okay, so ultimately, the whole point, or when I talk about unconscious communication secrets, the point I'm trying to get across is that it's not about what you say; it's about what you don't say. You see, basically, Dr. Albert Mehrabian, he did a study back in the 70s, and he found that 7% of communication is the words that you say. Only 7%. And you see, there's so many communication courses out there about how to this, how to, but you see, so many of them focus on what to say. Everybody focuses on what to say, but it's only 7%. 7%. I want to get you results. The juice, the gold, the payday, it lies in the 93%, and that is unconscious communication. So let me put it to you this way, right?
Yep.
Have you ever been to do karaoke somewhere?
Yes.
Okay, so you've gone to do karaoke, right? Have you ever
Thank God
heard?
everyone around was drunk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you ever been in a place where someone did karaoke and they sang your favorite song? Yeah, and someone sang your favorite song, but they sang it terribly. Have
Yeah,
you?
actually, it happened. One of
Yeah.
my friends sang karaoke. It was a
Don't name
Enrique song, Hero. And I was like, all right, let me hear what Enrique has to say.
So here's the thing, right? Like when with it's like karaoke, right? If you hear someone singing your favorite song and it sounds terrible, and you're like, here's the crazy thing. They are
Yep.
saying exactly the same words that make this your favorite song. They have the exact same music that makes this your favorite song. But it is literally taking something that you love and making it something that you hate.
Right.
And that's unconscious communication. It can literally transform your results and make people go from cringing to loving you, even if you said the same exact thing.
Right.
Let me give you an example, Kriti, right?
Yes.
Let's say three words. Sorry, 4 words. Okay,
Yep.
I really like you. Does that make sense to you? Like, do you understand what I mean by those words? Just 4 words,
Yes,
completely, right?
totally.
Yeah. Do you completely understand the meaning behind those 4 words?
Yep.
But check this out. I'm gonna just show you one of the techniques that I use in my courses on unconscious communication, and watch how it just transforms completely. I'm going. This is the emphasis. Emphasis. Very simple thing to understand. I really like you. What am I saying? It means I like you. Nobody else does. I've literally transformed the communication with one word and one emphasis, right? Okay.
Powerful. Yeah.
Or I could go, I really like you. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully my wife isn't watching, right? Or I really like you. You're
Hmm.
okay. Or
Yeah.
I really like you.
Yeah.
Means I like,
Specifically.
yeah, I like you. I hate everybody else.
Yeah.
But do you see, I literally gave you 4 different meanings,
Right.
and all I did was change tonality, right? So the
Hmm.
tonality aspect is huge.
Right.
This is one part. The your physicality, your body language is also very, very powerful. So for example, if I don't know. Let's say, why don't you tell me a little story, like, and look at my face when you tell me the story, and I'll give you 2 different examples. Okay, so
Sure.
tell me a very, very something that made you happy. I don't know, a little story, just very quickly. Can you think
So
of
I
something?
went to this trip, and it was a very unplanned trip, you can say. I planned it
Uh-huh.
around 4, 5 days before only, and it was very exciting
Okay.
because I wanted to do paragliding for the last many years, and
Nice.
I packed my bags, did trekking also,
Oh,
and
very cool.
and one of my, like, an unknown traveler, so I went
Yeah.
solo, and one of the travelers helped me trekking because I really really bad at trekking. So it
Nice.
was
Wow.
like raining cats and dogs, and he,
Yeah.
was able to put me across that trekking, irrespective. I was about to give up with all that,
Yeah.
sweaty clothes and everything, and wet clothes later
Okay.
on when the
Yeah.
rain started to come.
Yeah.
But when the day the paragliding happened,
Sorry, can
it
I?
was just amazing.
I'll cut you off real quick,
Yes,
very quickly. Sounds like a very cool story, and I want to hear more. I totally want to hear more. May I? I hope you don't mind. I
sure,
want to give people a comparison, and I want you to tell that same story from the beginning, and notice how do you feel with how I respond right now. Okay, so tell the story now, again from the beginning.
sure. So I went on this trip, 4 5 days. I planned this trip, and I was really excited to go. And then later on, what happened? Hey, Munir, are you listening?
Sorry, I.
I got your point.
But
I
okay,
felt
so you
disinterested. I felt disinterested to tell the story, and uh,
completely,
seriously, when I was in my probably few seconds into the story, I felt like let's not talk about it. He's
yeah,
not interested to listen. I'll better not talk.
100%. And notice both times, I mean, okay, the first time I said yeah, like whatever,
Yes.
but I mean, I could have gone yeah, yeah. I could have said exactly the same thing, and yet, do you notice through my unconscious communication, one time you like talking to me? Was I like you could have gone on for a long time, like if we wanted to, right? And the
Right.
second time you wanted, like even within the first couple of seconds, you wanted to cut the story. Am I right?
Right.
And do you see? So this is, I mean, the power of body language when it comes to unconscious communication is huge. And notice, I can help you get other people to like you, know you, trust you, love you without you saying a word.
Hmm.
And this is very powerful, because so many people are so worried about what to say, and yet in this example we talk like I literally didn't do all that much, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay, so now let's do let's talk about another aspect. Okay, so
Yes.
tell me about something that you're passionate about, and I apologize in advance. I'll when I have enough of information, I'm just gonna cut you, if that's okay.
No,
All right. All right,
that is
cool.
completely fine.
All right, so do you want to give me an example of something that you're passionate about?
Passionate about helping people who are thinking that they don't have hope in their life and
Wow.
struggling, challenging,
Okay,
or nothing can happen in their life. Something, yeah.
so you're passionate about helping people.
Yes,
Tell
very
me more.
much.
Tell me more.
So it's like whenever I help people, or whenever even I'm in difficulty and
Mhm.
someone reaches out, irrespective, I remember one instance, if I can share.
Yes, please.
One of my, I had a very long day in office, and I came
Mm.
back home by 9:30.
Mm.
And at that point, as I reached home, one of
Mhm.
my friends, she called me, and she was really going through a bad phase in
Mm.
her life.
Yeah.
And so I picked up her call, and she started to speak. We spoke for more than 1.5 hours. I was, I didn't take, I didn't freshen up, didn't had my dinner. So
Mm.
that is so much important to me, because to bring that change in that moment, you can call it intervention at that point of time.
Yeah.
The person is sulking and thinking they are not worth anything, they are not doing
Yeah.
anything. But that dialogue enables so much transformation. And that what I've learned from my mentor, Dr. Daisaku Ikeda, because he says that one dialogue can bring so much of transformation, so much of change
Yeah.
in the other person, to enable that determination to fight on. So
It
that
sounds it
is
sounds
very
like this is
helpful.
yeah, it sounds like this is something very important to you.
Yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
now I just want to I could go on completely, but when I asked that question and I said it sounds like this is something important to you, how did you feel?
Valued. I felt that you have conviction in me,
Mm.
and somewhere you also are kind of a same person in a way, because
Mm.
you are able to relate to what I said.
Yeah. And you know, so this is a very 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 simple thing that I've just done. And I mean, it's very genuine, but at the same time, all I did was I was listening to what you said, and at one point in the conversation you actually said, and this is something very important to me, and
Yeah.
and then you talked for a while, and then I found a break and I just said, it sounds like this is something very important to you. And
Yes.
so basically I echoed back your exact words. So you see, the techniques that I like to share are useful even if you don't know what to say. Like literally, I could keep a conversation going with you by literally just picking some of the words that you've said and some of the words that you felt. So I noticed when you were talking, you like, yeah, and this is something very, very important to me. And then after a while, I just sort of said, you know what, this sounds like it's something very important to you. And you went, yeah.
Mm.
And subconsciously, unconscious, what am I unconsciously communicating? I'm listening to you. I understand you, because you literally said this is something important to me. So when
Right.
and then you forgot that you said it, and then later on, when I say it sounds like something important to you, you're so unconsciously you're kind of going, wow, he gets me.
Yes. That
and
is
and
unconscious. Yep.
and literally it's very very powerful, but also so simple to do. Now, so that's that one. And what was I going to say? And let's say, and you know, like helping people to have a transformation. That's important, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Getting a hint right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Powerful.
And you see, and all I'm doing is literally, so this is a concept called utilization, where I'm literally taking elements that you have been using and reutilizing them. Does this make sense?
Definitely.
And it's
Definitely.
very, very, very powerful and so
I'm
simple.
sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
See, the techniques that I like to use are, you know, a lot of geeks, a lot of nerds, a lot of losers like me, that you know, so-called losers. You know, we at one point in time you're like, but I have nothing to say. I don't know what to talk about. I don't know that. Look, I can make you the best communicator in the whole world without having to say much at all. In fact, in when you were talking and what I was doing, I didn't say anything,
Right.
right?
So,
And that's
just sorry to cut you here, Munir. I
Mhm.
would like to know one very important aspect, which probably would be a question for the people out there, that how we can, what are the tips for people who get angry? Because, for example, if someone is getting angry, and then at that moment, you just completely forget how you have to do and what exactly how you have to manage your communication. So, any take on that?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a good question. I mean, how do you communicate when you're angry? Well, uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So, well, ultimately, there's a couple of aspects to this, and one is that your emotions typically will create your physiology, right? So you get angry, and then your communication will follow, your body will follow, your everything follows, right? If you want to break the anger, and like literally you just need to change your physiology. Like if you're like then just go and then just like run, do something, jump up and like release some energy or something, and
Right.
it will change your physiology. Because like if you change your physiology, your emotions follow, your feelings
Mhm.
follow, then your communication follows. Does this make sense? So
Yes, it
that's a simple way. I mean, there's a number of techniques that, you know, I do go into it like in quite a lot of detail, but this is like a very simple way that you can do it
Mhm.
by, like that's the fastest way to
Mhm.
changing your emotions and changing your state, is changing your physiology by none. And I'm not talking about, you know what some people do, they'll be like, and then they'll be like, okay, I just got to change my physiology, and they just do like that. No, you have to have a radical change to have a radical change in it, like and then you just go, you know what, like run and
Right.
jump and like do a little spin, or I don't know, whatever. um Obviously it's a muscle. Like this is one of the challenges, is because in the moment when you're angry, if you've never done it before or you're not used to changing your state, then it's very difficult for that idea to even come into your mind. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact,
Yeah.
it is all about training your mind
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
100.
understanding it.
Yeah. 100%.
That
So
aspect has to be changed.
yeah. Yeah.
Great, Muneer. Thank you so much for answering these questions. And to all the
Mm.
people out there, I'm sure this has been really, really helpful for you to master your communication and your communication style and working with others. Lastly, I'll just jump into the rapid fire and ask you very
Okay.
quick questions. All right. So, are you ready, Muneer?
Okay. Let's do this.
Great. All right. So, one book that you loved reading and changed your life. Yeah.
Oh
Quick.
God, there's so many. You know what? I loved Expert Secrets recently by Russell Brunson. That's one I'm reading right now. I'm trying to think. Like, one of the books that initially changed my life was like How to Win Friends and Influence People. That's one of the books that got me down on this path. Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Your nickname, which in public you haven't shared.
When I was at university, I DJ'd, and my DJ name was Bedouin X.
Bedouin X. All right.
Yeah.
How you would like to see yourself 10 years down the line?
Oh, I like. I'm trying to. I want to show you my vision board. No, it's gonna be too much effort. Yeah, I'll be
You can
standing
say
in front of,
later.
standing in front of loads of audiences,
Yeah.
like on a daily basis, of audiences of thousands of people traveling the world,
Hmm.
literally speaking every few days, and
Hmm.
impacting lives all over the world, and multiple products online that
All
are,
right.
yeah.
Yep.
And I'm on that path right now, so not too far off. The only difference is the only difference is the frequency in which I do it, and the
Yep.
mode in which I get there. Like on my vision board, it's the private jet that
Oh, wow.
takes me everywhere.
That would be good.
Yeah.
And now, I would like to know how many friends you have. I'm not talking about your Facebook friends, but friends, because I was there on your Zoom birthday call, virtual birthday wishes. So that went on, and I was like, all right.
First of all, thank you for being there. I apologize. Like, there were a lot of people on that.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta say, I'm so blessed. Yeah, my friends threw me a surprise birthday Zoom call, which I did not expect at all, and yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Look,
Hmm.
I mean, I can't even give you a number. I'm very fortunate and very blessed. I've traveled all over the world. I've got friends in so many countries. I haven't been to a country where I didn't know anybody. Like that. I've been in such international environments. I know people all over, um, and I consider a lot of them my friends. Even my Facebook, like in Facebook, all the people I know, like all the people that are on there, are people that I know. Not like, I don't even accept people that we have friends in common. If I haven't met you, I don't accept you
Hmm.
as a friend. However, so um, I'm very fortunate, and yes, I do consider all of them friends. So yeah, I'm blessed. I a lot,
Great.
a lot.
Great.
I, I mean, that's why I talk about winning friends. I have quite a few. I'm fortunate, I'm blessed in that sense.
Great. And one thing, last question, one thing you are passionate and completely would like to share with the entire world.
Unconscious communication secret. I mean, like seriously, it like you are one communication away from changing your whole life. And I would urge you, like go on to unconsciouscommunicationsecrets.com. I have a couple of gifts on there that will help you take your communication to that next level. But that's I can't even tell you, like I'm so passionate about it. I mean, within that is like I haven't even talked about like hypnotic language and hypnosis and stuff like that, like very 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 cool things that I mean, even for someone like yourself, you want to make an impact in people, you want to transform people. Learning these kind of skills gives you that competitive edge to really transform people. So I'm so passionate about it. That's my jam.
Awesome. That's amazing. I wish you all the very best in your transformational journey to unconscious communication. Hope you create a lot of good, great communicators so that we have a lot loving and kinder world there, where the way you mentioned, the way you shared in different ways of sharing, I like you and I like you and all. I hope it goes to a level beyond where we all are in a place. And do visit Muneer on his this website, unconsciouscommunicationsecrets.com, and do subscribe to his YouTube channel. And on Facebook, he can be found by Muneer.com. On Facebook, he's by Muneer, and on YouTube, he's by Muneer.com, which is not dot but dot.com. So
Yeah,
thank
so
you so much.
Facebook is Muneer.com, and YouTube is, yeah, just Muneer. YouTube.com
Yes,
forward slash Muneer. Yeah. Thank
yes,
you.
right. So thank you. That's my ID. On Instagram is on You Got Power, and on Facebook is Coach Kriti. So thank you so much for being here. And I totally, totally love talking to you. I really want to host you next time to learn and bring most all mix of good questions again, more on the other aspects now, so that we have a all the more value added in the next live. Thank you so much, Muneer. I wish you all the very best for your upcoming transformation journey in the years ahead to go. And thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Kriti, for having me. I truly appreciated doing this. This was really awesome. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope your audience enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing yourself, Kriti, on another video, and all of you on YouTube or otherwise. So thank you guys very much for listening to me. I appreciate you all. One love. Peace out from my side. Thanks, Kriti.
And lastly, I would like to share in the communication way, Muneer, you rock.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye. Thank you so much.